Warning! The following podcast contains strong language which some listeners may find offensive. If you do,
up yours! That's only if you don't listen to the podcast. Otherwise, not up yours.
did you know the Untitled Wrestling Podcast is on all of the social media outlets? Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe, or even a review if you're feeling generous. Facebook and YouTube at Untitled Wrestling Podcast, Twitter, Twitch and Discord at Untitled Rest Pod.
Welcome everybody to the Untitled Wrestling Podcast NXT review. Boys, it's been a long journey, but it's the last one. Well, last weekly one.
All good things come to an end.
Hey, blame Bron Breakker, eh? Not his fault.
It is.
You say last one. You say last weekly one at least. But
yes.
we are still going to do the pay-per-view premium live events.
So we've decided, yep, you're not going to completely not get the NXT review.
You're not rid of us that fucking easily.
Yeah, you're going to get all the, whenever they do a premium live event, you're going to get an NXT review of it.
Now then, can I question what premium live event is for NXT? Because Vengeance Day was, Stand and Deliver is, but what about stuff like the special Tuesday ones they do?
See, that's where we get iffy.
That's the grey area, isn't it?
Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, stuff like that. If they do another In Your House or, I don't know.
I mean...
In your end.
It depends how many they do.
Depends what the card's like.
How good they are, yeah.
I think there's only like 4 of each a year.
So
anyway,
I don't think there's that many, is there?
So that's like less than one a month.
I remember August and September last year having like one every 3 weeks or something. So
felt like one every 3 days.
I don't remember those being the lyrics to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Do you remember the premium live event of August and September?
So yeah, you're not getting rid of us. In the meantime, in the in-between weeks of them, which is a lot of in-between weeks, there is other weekly content that we're going to be providing other than an NXT review. So don't worry, you're not getting less from us. You might even be getting more from us, technically.
That's what you want. Give the people what they want.
Yeah. Shall we kick things off, boys?
Aye.
Alone.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the first match of the Vengeance Day card that coincides with this week's NXT. The 2 out of 3 falls match with Carmelo Hayes and Apollo Crews. Anyone like to take roll on this?
So I think the wrong man won, but did you not say that you thought Hayes was going to win it 2-0? You thought it. I'm sure you said you thought it was going to be just.
I did, but I think it was more of in a joking way, to be honest. But
well, it fucking happened. I think, but obviously we'll quickly discuss the other ones afterwards. I think it's the match of the night for me, easily.
Okay. They're
really good. I said before, like, they'd had an interaction before, they'd had a match before, it just didn't have long enough. This definitely did have long enough. Both of them are fucking awesome, both very technically gifted, both really good high flyers. I was surprised by the booking of 2-0 to Hayes, but it makes sense given that he's clearly going to be the next challenger for the NXT Championship. So book him as strong as you can going into that. So 2-0 is very decisive. It makes sense from a booking point of view, but it does lead me to the question, what are you doing with Apollo Crews?
Yep.
Like, got spooky eyes back.
It's got spooky eyes in.
You got a discount down the contact lens centre for all these fucking glass-eyed fools.
Yeah, it's a weird one with Apollo Crews. I think I even said before when we were doing our predictions, I was like, Apollo needs to win this. Like, Hayes can take a loss. He's got enough about him to bounce back from it. Whereas, for me, they threw Apollo Crews in too quickly into the title picture, because as soon as he came in, like, he had his match with Bron, didn't he? And that was it. And then it was like, well, there was no real build to that.
Yeah.
There was build. It was just them talking to each other. Oh, I respect you. Oh, I like you. Oh, let's go and have a coffee. Really like you.
Yeah.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah, it was that in terms of build up nonsense,
rods.
but but I feel he was thrown into that way too early. I felt they could have built that a little bit more. I'd have liked to have seen him go into like a North American Championship program first before going for that. So it's like, well, if you weren't going to put the belt on him and you put him into that kind of that matchup right from the off, you've then had him lose to the next challenger for the title. What's he doing there?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Aaron's star ratings are here. Yeah, they're back. It's been a while since we've actually done this, because how often do we... One, how often do NXT do a premium live event? And two, when was the last time we reviewed said premium live events?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. For me, this match was... It was all right. It was a bit outplayed for me. It dragged on a little bit. So I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Oh,
fair enough. You say dragged on too much. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Like, how quickly were you expecting it to go?
In the past 3 weeks of reviewing NXT, how much have I said I don't like 2 out of 3 falls matches?
I've never heard you say that, Aaron.
Oh, well, rewind the tape. It's there somewhere.
Okay, just very quickly, what is it you don't like about them?
It's the same as an Iron Man match. They're just dragged out. You know they're going to last forever. You're just like, oh, come on. And because the first fall took so long in this 2 out of 3 falls as well, I was just a bit, oh, come on, we've got another fucking at least another fall to go. And you expect another 2 falls because you always assume it's going to go.
It's going to go 1-1 and then 2-1. Yeah. One thing we didn't mention, massive point, and it was a massive point. Dabba Kato, your boy Commander Aziz, came back
at the end of the match. Yes.
Yeah. So he was involved partly kind of in the finish. Like there was the distraction, and then pulled Trick Williams down, all this, that, and the other. And at the end of the match, we get him coming in, hugging Apollo Crews, thinking they're going to kind of rekindle that friendship or whatever that they had when they were on main roster. And he just drops him on a chair. I think it's pretty cool having him back. I don't ever recall him really getting a proper start in NXT before his Commander Aziz stuff. Like he was always a developmental talent, if you like, but was always seen more backstage.
He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble once, and then he was in Raw Underground.
He was at Shane McMahon's Sweaty Fight Club.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
The good old days. I like it, though. I'm liking that we're seeing some bigger guys in NXT now. And we'll get onto that when we talk a little later about this week's episode of NXT. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool to see him back. Like you've got some big lads in there, him, Dijak, and a few others. But yeah, so to Dijak, bendy finger. That was disgusting.
Don't need that.
So 2 stars for you, Aaron, because you don't like 2 out of 3 falls matches and you thought it went too long.
I watched the show live and I was sitting there like, come on. Come on, and that's not how you want to feel during a match.
That's fair.
Yeah, always a bit of a lull. I'll give him that because it's going to be like either someone's going to cheat to get an early pin in it, and then but yeah, it could have been longer. There is that. So
it's also true. Yeah.
Saying that, with it being as long as it was, like, is that what's the word? Its position on the card in the overall show. It makes sense where it was, given how long it took. Would you rather, like, if you'd had that later on in the show, you'd have been like, fucking hell.
Yeah,
kind of get that out of the way early doors.
I had to go in the middle. Yeah, I had to go in the middle. Yeah. There's nowhere else I had to go.
Yeah. Joe, what did you think? Stars?
I thought it was good. It was after the sort of bits we've had here and there. I'd say 1 more than 2. Like,
so 3.
Well, yeah, if you want to use the math. It was fine. It was a good match, but again, it's a similar thing of. I'm always wary of Iron Man matches or I Quit matches and stuff like that because it's just so they can get the spots in. And it's like, what was the one in the Performance Center with Edge that went on for about an hour?
The Last Man Standing match against
him and Randy Orton. Yeah.
It was like an hour and 10 or something daft.
And I was like, oh, right, we've get it. We've had a tour of the entire build. If I was buying the Performance Center, it's a fun way of doing a house showing, isn't it? Like, that, opening an estate agents, it's also a wrestling school, and then you can come and view a house, and people will scrap in each room.
To give you a flavour for what you could do with it when you buy it.
You could do, it's yours. You can't put pictures up, though, because it's rented. But yeah, it's just a bit they are long.
Yeah.
And I guess some people like them because there's an air of stuff, but I think it went long enough.
One thing, though, to that point, so yes, you kind of tie them, they are a bit longer, but at least they do use them sparingly. We don't get many Iron Man matches. We don't get many 2 out of 3 falls matches. We don't get any, I'm trying to think of another, gauntlet matches. We don't get gauntlet matches. I like gauntlet matches.
That, isn't it?
Yeah, gauntlets are a bit different.
The last one that stands out to me was the one on Raw a couple of years ago. Was it Seth in that gauntlet match?
You got the Seth gauntlet, you got the Kofi gauntlet, you've got the New Day gauntlet.
New Day gauntlet that was
New Day one
a while back. Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Joe. I'm going to give it 1 less star than 4.
Right, okay.
We've all got a system.
So, opening this week's NXT, it's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, Tricky Trick. He says, Melo and 2. Did you get it, boys? That's good, that one. Well done.
He needs to have less mic time. Just really fucking irritating.
Hayes brags a lot, as always. When does he not? JD McDonough appears out of the fucking NXT Level Up locker room.
Pops up from behind a little toadstool.
Hello! It's me, JD. He's not Italian, he's Irish.
I was going to say he's Irish.
Again, JD talks a lot, but he gets prepared to lose again because that seems to be his role in NXT these days.
Huh?
Big little man with big man fight, but can't do it. Yeah. They square up and they fight later on.
But I'm thinking he stopped doing his I'm sitting on a bed of nails being hit with ice and my body is a weapon thing now, hasn't it? And now he's just go on, I'll get beat up.
Yeah, you're...
Go on, I'll take a pasting then. Yeah. Sure.
This wee man's still gonna batter you, and then the wee man gets battered.
It's just they put a lot of stuff on. It seems to be they do this quite regularly. They go, here's someone new. Look, they're in the title race. And now they're not. And now they're just doing stuff over there. Don't look. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Here's someone new, though.
Someone new will come along in a minute. It's very much, it's Malibu Stacy with a new hat. Yeah.
Next up is Fallon Henley. She cries about Kiana James cheating at the end of the match to win the tag titles. Just like Henley thinks Kiana is cheating with the phone. Who is, what was his name? I can't remember.
The guy on the phone.
Jebediah.
Jebediah.
I don't think it was Jebediah.
Definitely not Jebediah.
I don't think people called Jebediah are allowed to use phones. I think it's against the Amish convention, I believe, isn't it? They're not allowed buttons, for fuck's sake.
Jeffrey.
On shirts or devices.
Jeffrey, Jefferson. It starts with a J anyway.
All right. Well, just
Jake,
say
John, Josh.
No,
we'll say Jazzman.
I had more than one syllable as well. Who cares?
Jazzmag.
Jackson, as in Ezekiel Jackson. No, don't worry about it.
Zeke.
Big Zeke. No, thanks.
So, yeah, you get more of them later. Woo. So, next up, let's talk about the main event of Vengeance Day. Bron Breakker versus Grayson Waller in the steel cage match. Yes. Blame Bron Breakker, as I says. It's all his fault. Why they didn't put the title on Waller, who fucking knows? But
you know why? You said why when we were doing our predictions, because they want him to be longest reigning champion. They want to ignore.
That was the fear. That was the fear we had.
Yeah.
And because of Adam Cole,
you spoke it into existence.
Adam Cole's fault is what we're saying.
It's yours because you Noel Edmonds did.
Noel Edmonds did. With pineapples drawn on your fingers and all sorts.
Cosmically willed it.
You.
That man was your biggest heel in the roster. Still is.
But
it's madness. Hayes, yes, he's a heel, but everyone fucking loves him. So is he really a heel? Technically. That's the way you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Nah.
The match itself was all right. I think I'd have enjoyed this more if I hadn't seen the fuckery match before with the ropes breaking.
Yes.
This didn't need the second match. This was only the second, is it? They hadn't faced each other before. It was the one with the ropes breaking at what was it at? What show was it at?
Slaps Ahoy.
Slaps Ahoy.
Yeah, Slaps Ahoy.
It wasn't Halloween Havoc. It was
was
New Year's Evil.
Nautical Day.
New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
Valentine. Nope, that's not happened yet. Yeah, New Year's Evil.
New Year's Evil. Yeah, I think I'd have been a little bit more invested in this if that hadn't have happened. But yeah, the wrong person won here.
This is Grayson Waller's worst match. Premium, actual marquee match, big match. This is the worst one that he's had because he got absolutely obliterated at the end. There was no.
The end was a bit.
Waller's doing amazingly, so close. There was not even a close fall, which is
shite.
It's shocking behavior.
Yeah, which considering watching the match back, there was a good spell in the match where he really dictated the pace and looked good, and then to the kind of finish was just a bit forget everything you've done, just
do a murder.
Yeah, I feel like the wrong person won here. As much as I didn't want him to win, I didn't want Bron to retain it, but it felt like the absolute right time to give it to Grayson Waller. Yeah. However, I feel he's going to go up to main roster now.
The thing is as well, the way have they kept it on Breakker because it's almost WrestleMania weekend, and Breakker's the bigger name or
something. It could be.
There has to be a reason for it.
Also, the longest reigning champion. That's the albatross round the neck of it.
I think it is.
Do you think they do a similar thing that they did with War Raiders or Viking Experience, where they essentially go to main roster, but he relinquishes the title unbeaten because no one does it. And that's them bringing him up real strong. Saying that, look at where the Viking Raiders are now.
Asuka did the same
fighting in a bin last time I saw him.
Asuka did the same thing, didn't she?
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're having him just go on that tear. But nah. And so stand and deliver, I feel, is going to be Bron Breakker and Carmelo Hayes, right? There's nothing in between them.
I'd assume so.
Do they take it off Bron then, or does he keep going with it?
When's that?
Get Dolph Ziggler back to take the title back.
When do we work out it was about August he needed to hold it to
break the record? I think so.
I can't remember, but we worked it out.
I'm sure we said it was another 4 or so months.
3 or 4 months, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Let me do a quick Google.
The match was alright though. Just to go to the Breakker and Waller match, it was all right. As I say, I would have been invested more if I hadn't seen it before. Yeah, I'm just puzzled now.
Yeah,
because it felt like
all the
really
build
puzzled.
Up for it, and it was fine. But it's supposed to be a big sort of blow off for this, and it was a bit. Like I said, I think they did him dirty with just he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great. But what about all that? Don't worry about that.
No, don't worry about that at all.
You face one, and that's what you want, isn't it?
What we saying then, Aaron?
He's still got 94 days left to hold.
It's 3 months.
About 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
So WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
No, past that.
Before that.
No, Pat is in he needs to hold it past that. Yeah.
So he might not be.
So, Aaron, what's your
1.5 out of 5?
Oof, okay.
I mean, to be fair, I'm with you on that.
For a cage match, it was naff, and the ending was so upsetting to watch. It was just
right. Because I thought the rule of cage matches in WWE was that if you climb out and touch the floor, you've won.
Or escape through the door, or pinfall or submission.
But this didn't really.
The whole point of the cage match was to not escape. It was to have a definitive winner. This one,
which isn't right. Have a fight pit if you're going to do that.
You tell him.
Bron Breakker in a fight pit. Can you imagine?
I think a better stipulation for this match would have worked.
Yeah.
I don't know, a Falls Count anyway. Even I know we said about like longing out matches, and you probably couldn't put it on with the same card as a 2 out of 3 Falls match, but maybe a Last Man Standing or something like that.
An Inferno match that'll keep them in the ring.
What's it? The doghouse from hell or
Yeah,
whatever. I always go back to
the Kennel from Hell match. Yeah,
Judy Bagwell on a forklift or something.
yeah, do something like that. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 1.75.
All right, who's coming at this? Isn't a fucking Meltzer ratings with quarter stars? What's this all about?
Yeah, I think I'm with Aaron. It's like 1.5. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the big payoff that I wanted.
No,
and it's kind of bewildering the way they did
Just
it as
like
well.
after what? When was the last one? Mania last year? Premium live event? Like actual premium live event? Mania last year.
I think so.
So we've waited 9 months for that to be the ending of the first premium live event.
Yeah.
Like, it's shocking.
Pish.
Anyway, back to this week's NXT. They talk about the media call that happened after this match. Shawn Michaels is going, rah, 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 rah. Yeah.
Done the eye.
Yeah. He goes, Grayson Waller comes out, storms in and goes, you fucking bastard. Do you want me to wear hearts and all that on my gear? Do you want me to be a little fanboy like the rest of them? He's now been suspended
for just 1 week.
Just 1 week.
Just one.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how that works either. Like,
no.
He's not your boss, technically.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to fire anyone, so how's he allowed to suspend anyone?
It's bewildering.
That's bringing kayfabe into reality there.
I know.
But... yeah, so also Tyler Bate calls him out for next week.
You said some bad words against the person we really like. I'm gonna fight you.
So Waller was right. There are fanboys in the back there.
Absolutely, a lot of them.
Right. That was that. That's essentially it from Bron Breakker and Grayson Waller, by the way.
Yeah.
The week after the premium live event. Well done, NXT.
Hey, you there.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, the one with the brightly coloured t-shirts. Do you want to look suave and sophisticated, yet wearing a very minimal yet beautiful designed wrestling t-shirt that doesn't look like a wrestling t-shirt?
Actually, now you say that, yeah.
Well, now you can! Shop uwp.bigcartel.com. You can buy t-shirts, hats, hoodies, even a mug for a mug like you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, now, just like him, you go buy stuff. Also, send it back to the boys.
Next up, it's Zoe Stark versus Sol Ruka. The match starts like Mania 1. It could have been a colossal tussle. Ruka fires up after a minute into the match until Zoe kills her with our finisher. Finisher? Yep, our finisher anyway.
Yeah.
That one she does better than Just Jack. Yeah.
Her modified GTS.
Yeah. Zoe Stark goes to attack whoever she just beat. Sol Ruka. Yep. But Sol Ruka snatches her soul because she hit the soul snatcher. Yeah. Every time someone says snatch, it really off-puts me.
No,
it's
thank you.
It's not a good thing
It's not
to
a good
have
thing.
in your finisher. It's like it's like having the minge salt. It's just not. It's not a good name for British people.
The clunge plunge.
Yeah,
Just,
it's just bad.
it's bad.
And I get it.
It's the word toss all over again.
Yeah.
Hip toss.
Yeah.
Call it a hip attack now, in case you haven't noticed.
There you go.
Yep, that was a thing. Next up,
They're putting a lot of stuff onto Sol Ruka at the moment, though.
They
Like I
are.
said, she's getting involved in everyone's fucking chicanery last week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we'll go to Vengeance Day, talk about the tag title match.
Which one?
The women's one. No,
Aye.
no, we won't.
No.
No.
It's the men's one. I'm speaking at my arse. Yeah, boy.
Talking like your hoop.
Yeah. So this was a fatal four-way of Gallus, Pretty Deadly, New Day, and Chase U.
Chase you.
Yeah. Overall, I'd say it's my match of Vengeance Day. It was a fatal four-way. Fast-paced.
It was
four-way.
fun.
Yep. Joe's putting a face like, I agree
No.
with that face. It wasn't fantastic, but
It was, I would say, thinking back, it's probably, yeah, but we had the three-way Chase U, I can't remember on the thingy one. It's like you get a four-way tag match, it's always going to be silly bollocks.
yeah. That's literally what it was with silly
That's why they
bollocks.
put it on, because they go, we need something to save this bag of shit.
Fatal four-way, Pretty Deadly do Pretty Deadly shtick. Chase U do Chase U shtick, so it plays off against each other. Gallus just beat folk up because that's fun. New Day do their shtick, and they're the New Day. So they're your well-known names. Quite weirdly, Xavier Woods took the pin, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Like, fair play to them. Like, Xavier Woods taking the loss there. I just didn't expect that at all.
It was fun. Like 3 of the 4 teams in that are big characters, aren't they? Like Chase U have got a big following, like very vocal. Obviously, New Day speaks for himself, and Pretty Deadly as well. Like, are slowly, whilst their heels, like the crowd are starting to warm to them. I saw a few signs up, like certainly on this week's NXT as well, and they've got really good comedy shtick. So like, it was always going to be fun, and multi-man tag matches are also just fucking brilliant. I think who's called Gallus? Was it you, Aaron, to take the win?
Joe
Who did you say?
well.
Joe? Did you both say?
I had Gallus.
I
as
think
well.
I went with
Makes
Chase
sense.
U.
Yeah.
Gallus, I guess. If it wasn't going to be Chase U, because it felt obvious that New Day weren't holding on to these.
No, yeah.
Which is fine. They did a good job with it, I think, for the short time they had it.
The reason
But-
for them having those belts was for their name to have the belts and folk go,
Exactly.
oh, they're NXT tag champs. Let's go have a nosy. That's
I feel like-
essentially all they were there for.
I feel like, because as soon as they announced that they were doing Vengeance Day and it wasn't going to be in the Performance Center, I was like, that's why they put the belts on the New Day. It put bums in seats.
Yeah.
I can go to an NXT show and see the New Day. Like, people will flock just for that. Yeah, I think Chase U would have also made sense. Gallus also makes sense. Like, they've just come back, like, big dominant tag team. But there's
Gallus
still
have nothing going on.
no.
Like, this gives them things to do. Chase U have got that weird thing with
Duke Hudson, like, is it or is he not going to?
yeah.
And that's why I thought they were going to win, because I thought, well, if they do, and then we get some sort of like turn, which costs them the belts, like they're already champions. So that there was story there, and I think it's going to continue.
It's just going to be Gallus and Pretty Deadly beating the fuck out of each other now, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. But yeah, proper fun match. I
Like I'm going to
really
watch this
enjoyed it.
anymore.
3 out of 5 stars I gave it.
Oh no! Well, based on my previous scoring system, then it has to be 4
Yeah, fair.
because I can't give it the same as Thingy. Yeah.
No. Try.
I'm going to give it 3 as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I talked about that tag title match because it's Keanu and Henley arguing again, but Pretty Deadly haven't slept in days. They look like utter dog shite.
They look like they've been on a 3-day bender at a TNT GCW show.
I know that feeling.
That's why I mentioned it.
Oh, mate, they'd be shitting themselves in a McDonald's. Yeah.
Because you looked in a similar state after that weekend.
Yeah, not a sober minute was had on that weekend.
I woke up to like just a voddy breakfast.
Yeah, waiting on Ryan to wake up at like 10 o'clock. Oh, Jim and doner kebabs at him. I'll just go get food in it and get a carry it.
Absolute grotter.
Things you can do when you're young. Yeah.
But yeah, Pretty Deadly looked rough. It was hilarious as well. Just proper dishevelled hair all over the place, like shirts ripped, slightly unbuttoned, not quite buttoned up.
Me after a Creamfields festival for 3 days. Yeah. After all consumables were taken.
Hanging out your hoop.
Aye.
Very much was a cream field.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
God. No, thank you.
Next up, the big boy, Dabba-Kato returns. He's against Dante Chen, who seems to just get beatings all the time now.
I've not seen Dante Chen for ages.
I was going to say, I was like,
just there to take slaps off the new guy.
Do you think every week Sean just like peeps his head through the level up window and goes,
You'll do.
Hey kid, do you want to be a star? Oh, sure, Mr. Michaels. You just get fed to a fucking monster.
The match starts. Chen gets one punch in, then another three, then a kick, then a few more punches and a chop before Dante Chen gets powerbombed for a Dabba-Kato win.
Aye. I even said it, and I think we all agreed. Where we've had someone that's come in, either making a debut or re-debuting, and I think I said the same actually about Dijak in one of his matches, which was meant to be a squash, and I don't remember who it was against. But it's one of those things where
Probably
the other guy,
Dante Chen.
the other guy may well have been, the other guy gets in way too much offense when he shouldn't be, given how strongly they're making the new guy look.
I think we said it last week with was it not Timothy?
Timothy.
Little Timothy.
little Timmy Trumpets, Tiffany Stratton, and what's she called? Lyra Valkyra as well.
Fun fact, it was actually Dante Chen.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Shawn Michaels back in the level up thing. No, it won't be like last time, kid. Okay, Mr. Michaels.
Yeah, I feel like he got way too much offense in. But one thing I thought was really cool did you notice on Dabba-Kato's entrance, the NXT logo, and they made it red and white, the colours of the Polish flag, because he's half Polish.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's just a squash. There's nothing to say about it, really.
No.
But it's good to see him there. Hopefully, it gets an actual kind of a run, like some sort of story. Well, obviously, he's going to go into a program with Apollo Crews.
Yeah, his first feud's Apollo Crews, which is a big enough name in NXT to have as a first feud.
Yeah,
and hopefully
absolutely.
the right man does go over on that one. So
yeah, you say that. Who should go over then?
Dabba-Kato to push
Okay,
himself
cool.
even more as a monster.
Okay. Cool.
Or
So then Apollo Crews is just there as a glorified jobber.
Fucking Apollo Crews shows us his vision on how to beat a monster again.
no,
thank you.
what's gonna happen is he's gonna take his contacts out and he's gonna shoot lasers out like Cyclops from X-Men. Right? And just burn a hole through Dabbo, and he'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never know because we don't have to watch this shit anymore. I want to make outrageous predictions for the rest of this now. Right?
Next up, it's the coal mine backstage because there are no diamonds
There are
anymore.
no diamonds no more.
That's where mine's at.
Shite mine.
Shite mine.
The turd factory.
Oh, it's just...
Tatum gets asked by Spooky Witch if she attacked lions. And I have nothing for this apart from Spooky Witch Isla Donna's proper ginger skin. Like, white with that pink, like, shine on it.
Yeah.
Sheen.
It's like rashy but shiny. It's weird.
Fucking hell. Do you know?
That's just how ginger skin is.
Oh, rashy but shiny. That's lovely. Oh.
Do you know what annoys me about this? Not
on the show.
Not her shiny skin or anything. And it became apparent later in the match. It feels like Isla Dawn's very much the one that, like, suddenly, not Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire is kind of nothing. Like, Isla Dawn's doing all the talking here, and Alba Fire's just there as like the heavy or the reinforcement sort of thing. I don't know.
Well, I said this had happened, didn't I? Is that they can't both do bits. And so someone's going to have to say, and as she's the one with an actual
gimmick,
quote-unquote character.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having a bat that catches fire randomly.
It doesn't really catch fire anymore, does it?
Self-combusting bat.
I think, yeah. It would be better if the whole thing went up, not just the end, like the fucking Indiana Jones torch.
A key light candle at the end of it. Aye.
But yeah, so I think that's what the problem with it's going to be is
yeah.
I don't know. I'm you know, I would be excited for it if
Yep.
You know.
Next up, we're going to talk about the women's title match, not the tag titles. We'll get to that very briefly, very soon. But we will talk about it briefly also. Women's title match: Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan and Sandy Hose. I mean, JC Jane. Yeah,
Sandy Hose.
Sandy Hose.
Cool. This was all right, I guess. It's just very predictable.
Yeah. Well, not for me.
This match was shockingly bad. It was slow. It took like 15? No, the match must have been like 15 minutes. So we'll say 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes was 2-on-1. Oh, I feel so sorry for Roxanne Perez. Oh. And then
you just hate Roxanne Perez as well.
They Toxic Attraction combust, for then they fall out, they attack each other. Well, they don't really attack each other. It's more of a Roxanne Perez quickly gets a pop rocks from the middle rope, even though she takes about fucking 20 years.
As quickly as Roxanne Perez can get a pop rocks.
Our whole lifespan into one pop rocks.
I was going to say there's mayflies who get pop rocks done faster than that.
Honestly, I hated it.
Do you know what?
Stinking.
It was stinking, rotten. It was just a bit predictable for me. Like, triple threats are meant to be fun, fast-paced, exciting, unpredictable, all of that, and it was a slow, methodical triple threat match. Like,
there was none of that sort of thing where it was like the reason they fell apart should have been they double teamed the fuck out of her, right? And then they both fought over the pin properly. Yeah. Like that should have been and it didn't really.
No. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. It's a shame because I think that could have been and should have been better than it was. It lacked everything that a triple threat should have had and needed for me. And I think a big part of that was the fact they were focused too much on this Gigi Dolan and JC Jane thing, and just like, it just
takes a lot of shine off your champion when it's not about them.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather them split them up.
She's got on her. She doesn't really feel like a champion at the moment.
If only she had shiny, rashy skin, mate. Hey.
Oh God, I wish that they split up Gigi Dolan and JC Jane beforehand. So actually, it would have just been more about a triple threat rather than their story being the overarching kind of bit. That was what took away from this a lot for me.
Though, then would we? You see.
Just do that the week before. They should have done that on last week's NXT.
But then we can't have the same thing that we had the week before on NXT.
Yeah, come on, Troy, play the game.
You want new content each week? It's fucking exhausting.
1.5 out of 5, the same as the men's.
Yeah, I'll agree.
No, I'm gonna go. If we're doing quarters, 1 point. 1.5, 1.25. It was boring.
Yeah.
And for a triple threat match, they're not supposed to be boring.
No,
I know you get it's 1-on-1, and then someone goes out and someone else comes in, and that's normally the way of it. Like, but
it was a 2-on-1 for most of it.
It was a lot.
It was a handicap match. Yeah,
and I didn't get my ending that I wanted.
Oh,
that would have been more exciting, wouldn't it?
It would have.
What's happening now?
Absolutely.
Oh, look, another tag team split up. Your only other tag team split up.
Yeah.
No, same. 1.5. It lacked.
Fair. We're all in unison on that one.
Yeah.
Next up, it's the Roxanne Perez promo. It's why we're here. Parabot saving this one, boys.
Fucking hell.
OMG. Did you see me put on an average match at a very average premium live event because I'm average? Even when myself or others put me down, I always sound excited because they want me to be like a teenage girl, which is actually quite creepy. But it's fine cause I can't wait to tell my next story, which will probably be more or less the same than the last one about overcoming odds. Also, Please call the cops. NXT stole my personality and I can't feel emotion at all. Sob, cry, see.
These get better every week.
I'm gonna miss Parabot.
Oh,
Yeah, basically, like she's the opposite of what's she fucking called? Skateboard, Cora.
aye.
Or the Explorer.
As in the terms of like face heel, but also nothing there. A hollow shell filled with just noise and ghosts.
Charisma vacuum.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I'm surprised she didn't also call the police because Booker T keeps following me around as well.
I'm being stalked by B-Terror.
Yeah, down the corridors of NXT.
Shucky ducky.
Yeah.
all I hear is a faint shucky ducky in the distance, and I
It
run.
just gets closer and closer. Ah!
Just starts making fucking noises.
Well, hello there.
It's not Val Venus.
That's what it is. That's, what's her face?
Ah.
Tiffany and her new breeds.
Breach.
He went, oh, hello there, to her new breeds. Aye. Next up, well, we're still on the same thing. 1K away show up. They go, no one's talking about us. Sadly, we have to. Vengeance Day, the women's tag title match.
Oh dear.
I'm just gonna say I have nothing to say about this. 1.5 stars. Stinking. I think I gave it 1 actually. Like, being honest, I did. I gave it 1 star. There you go. Shittest match of the night.
Thing is, 1K away from racism are a good tag team. But why have they put them with 2 people who are not?
Who aren't a tag team.
Because there isn't anyone else.
They've just split up another one, haven't they?
If only we thought this through and not just gone on a coke binge of fucking lunacy.
It was just a bit all over the place, this. It was a bit of a mess. For me, they shouldn't have been anywhere near the tag team picture yet. Like the titles yet. I get the story they're going with. I'm fine with that. But to throw them into this and then have them win, come on.
Due to chicanery,
Due to
though, isn't
fuckery.
it?
Yeah, I'm not happy with this at all.
That's a stinky match, stinky ending. No, it's not Alba Fire, boys. Calm down.
It's a poo gimmick.
1 star out of 5. I gave it. I was generous.
I think 1.25.
Ooh.
I'd go worse than the triple threat, so 1, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has to make sense logically, otherwise the scoring system falls apart.
It's fucked, aye.
Yeah. I think I started too high with 3, to be honest.
Joe doesn't set the bar, he is the bar.
T-bar. Look at my
T-bar. It's okay, he's got rid of that Twitter handle now.
He has. Yeah, he waved it goodbye.
His post about it was hilarious.
Next up, it's Isla Dawn versus Tatum Paxley. The match starts. The match swiftly ends. With an Isla Dawn win. She hits her finisher literally a minute after the match starts, and that's it. So, guess what, people? It was a very swift poo match, a very swift poo gimmick, a very swift poo change of character. It's a very swift poo talk time.
Shall we get into
Why does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
What do you mean?
Well, I was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
Okay, that's only taken us 40 minutes to get into a first segment.
Well, we got Parabot.
Oh, true.
I was in the middle of an exam at school when my stomach howled out. I bolted for the bathroom and made it to the toilet just in time to let the majority flow out, except for one hard bit at the end. No matter how hard I pushed, this little poop nugget just wouldn't come out. I wiped anyway, and I accidentally smeared poop everywhere, all over my hand, the waistband of my pants, the hem of my skirt. I took half a roll of toilet paper to clean off my ass and clothes the best I could, and I had to wash my hands. That was when my teacher walked in to check on me, just in time to see me scrape poop out from under my nails with a pencil in the sink.
Oh, how are you getting it everywhere? How thin's the thin's the toilet paper? What happened?
Were you trying to waft it as it was coming out like a hippopotamus?
Did she try and pull the hard bit, thinking like with her fingers? What happened?
Like the constipated mathematician that works it out with a pencil.
Fucking hell! I'm not going to miss these. Jesus.
I don't. Right. Did she not lift the skirt up when she just plopped down on it? Shat through it?
Just shat.
Like when you make cheese and you put it in that cloth and you drain all the liquid out. Like, I don't understand how it got under your fingernail. What were you...
Joe, the less you think about it, the less it hurts your head.
Were you just scooping it out? Like... Also, you're in the toilet. How have you got a pencil with you? Let's take that with me in case I need that when I'm having a dump. I can do some temporary graffiti in the toilet.
Fucking algorithms while I'm sat here.
I'll do a Paduku.
On that lovely joke, let's carry on with the NXT review.
We said about them splitting up tag teams. We have just then gained a tag team in Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Yeah.
That looks
how
like a
long's that
tag
gonna
team
last?
made to split up, though.
Yeah.
That's the issue. How long before they split up? Because it looks like a team made for splitting up.
Well, what we were at? 4 weeks is the average, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. Stand Delivers coming up in just under 2 months, so...
There you go, then.
There you go.
They'll break up before that.
Yeah.
Or they'll win the tag belts and then break up. But
yeah. Next...
There's nothing for either of them to do singles, have they? So
no, not really.
True.
Next up is Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough. The match starts. There's lots of counters before we get into our first, what the Ganda would call Eki Fananyi Mu Kifananyi.
Fuck off, that's Elvish.
Please say that again.
I'm sure the first bit was Yorkshire. Eki bye.
Eki bye.
I didn't want to put an accent.
Right,
do it.
Do it and put an accent
Aaron,
on.
Do it properly.
Going out in a fucking
cancelled.
blaze of glory, mate. Come on. Do it.
I don't know if I can, to be honest.
Compose yourself. Come on.
Where are they from? Do we know?
The Ganda.
The Ganda? How do you spell that?
Ganda.
That's a male swan, isn't it?
The Ganda. Oh, it's in Africa.
Oh, it's part of Uganda.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Wow, Uganda really phoned it in, didn't they? The country's called Uganda. The Ganda people come from Buganda in Uganda. Fucking hell. Limericks are dead easy there, though.
Go on, Aaron. Do the accent.
Where's Ryan when you need him?
Ugandan knuckle.
Kifananyi Mu Kifananyi.
Was that a Bugandan who's been kicked in the head by a horse?
That was outstanding.
Oh dear.
That's so good.
That's going to be the one that gets you cancelled on the hate crimes. Yep.
It's lucky we're stopping anyway.
We have it now.
Yep, it's picture in picture. It's Florida Man.
Florida Man stories.
Florida man arrested after hitting girlfriend in face with burrito.
And was he called like Carl Salsa?
Carl Salsa!
Peter Michael Ilacqua. He does have a funny face. He's got a scar from his top lip all the way through his ear.
He's got a Dorito for a face.
Yeah.
Was he mauled by a hawk? What? How'd you get?
By an albatross.
How'd you get? Oh, fair enough. I don't want to
A
ask.
deputy found a woman with contents of the burrito spread across her face, neck, and shoulder area. What, does she just sit there in shock while she got there?
I'm
Just
phoning the police.
Can't move any of the evidence. I've got to stay perfectly
Stay where you
still.
are.
Like a crime scene.
Guacamole in her eye. Oh, dear. Your final gangster gentleman names quiz.
Gangster
Okay.
gentleman names.
Yeah, gangsters and their nicknames.
Oh, I know, I remember,
Are they
I
real or
remember.
are they made up? Leonardo Steamroller Bianchi.
True.
Troy was confident, true.
Nope, made it up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Raphael Mama's Boy Columbo.
True.
True.
Nope, made it up.
Ah! No.
Donatella Vague Excuse Giovanni.
Fuck off.
False.
Yep, false.
Yeah.
Michelangelo, the man from space, Marino.
No. Are these Chuck Tingle tiles?
False.
It is false.
Yes.
And finally, Casey Splinter Jones.
True.
False. He's from Turtles.
They were all from Turtles. Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo.
Oh, fuck, of course!
That's my final trick of the evening.
Woo!
I hope not, because there's another picture.
Oh, yeah, I've got Chuck Tingle there, pal.
Oh, yeah, Chuck Tingle, of course.
They're easy. Send a penny.
After the break, there's nice moves, including a springboard leg drop. There's 2 close 2 counts. Hayes wins after Ilya Dragunov's music plays, costing JD the match. He attacks JD and chases him, right? But, boys, on a finale, Ilya Dragunov's back. Do you know what that means? It's
Yeah!
Russia back time! Yes!
Враг сзади по левому флангу!
Это школа колбасы, веселее, пацаны. Раз, это хардбас, спортивку хадидас. И на найке, пацаны, слушаем хардбас-басы. Этот стайл любимый, ждем все в ритме колбасы. 150 ударов тут, пацаны, спортивка жгут.
In Moscow's suburbs, you can participate in a curious and unique sport, helicopter golf. The idea of the game is close to traditional golf, although the scale is much bigger.
Oh, right.
Players guide the 1 meter in diameter ball through the snowy route using a 10 kilogram or 22-pound stick. All the while, the players drive a helicopter, of course.
Right, it's not what I thought they were going to use their penis. Helicopter it round and then. Why?
Because Russia.
Because Russia and billionaires, I assume.
It doesn't sound fun. Like
Too
frisbee
much
golf's
money,
fun.
not enough sense.
Too much money, life's at risk. That's fine. It's cool.
Helicopter golf.
Yeah,
Helicopter
helicopter golf.
Ah, I want to see helicopter volleyball. That'd be fun.
This is a decent match. I enjoyed this
Yeah.
quite a bit. Yeah, big fan of both of them. Really good to see Dragunov back. I had near enough forgotten about him. So that was a nice
I
surprise.
think everyone did, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Waiting on something from Joe there. Nope.
No,
okay.
it was
Right.
good, and yeah, I'd forgotten that he was in
he's-
it. To be honest,
He exists again, and so does our awful Elmo introduction to Russia facts. Yeah, that's the thing.
oh god, it's been that long, I can't remember.
Next up is Tiffany and Tia Hale backstage. Tia tells Tiffany to suck it instead of chase you. Instead of saying, "I've got 2 words for you," chase you. Right, so well done. Calls
Also,
Tif-
you isn't a word. Sorry, Thea Hale.
yeah,
It's a letter.
calls Tiffany a blonde bimbo, and that doesn't work if you're also blonde.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, but
she
she's-
hasn't. She's not got inflatable knockers though, has she?
How do you know? You've been looking at the 19-year-olds knockers.
No. What?
God, this took a fucking turn. Oh God!
Stop trying to get me cancelled just because you did a bad accent.
She also gets kidnapped by Pebbles at the end of it all.
Yeah,
as well.
don't worry about that.
And we don't know what happens with it.
It's good though, because that's like a good cliffhanger.
Yeah,
it is,
come back in 2 months.
This I like this. I've got a little bit more to say on that when it happens.
Yeah. Next up, Fallon Henley tries to talk to Jensen privately, gets interrupted. At a party everyone's drinking at. I don't know what she expected.
That's the last final Fallon Examiner from the story stronghold of Fallon Henley. Mystery of restaurants exploding tea towels. That's fun, isn't it?
Who's wrapping gunpowder in the dishcloths?
It's a mystery.
Who knows? We'll never know.
Probably the woke leftist elite.
Next up is Valentina Feroy with Wendy Chu at ringside versus Lyra Valkyria. That's probably wrong, right? Maybe.
Nope, that's
right.
No, bang
that's
on.
Right. That's bang on.
Yeah. The match starts. Feroy gets a headlock. Woo!
Did you write that?
What?
Woo! Ghost noise in brackets.
I put woo and capitalized the ooze at the end.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's good.
Elektra Lopez shows up. It was a very quick match. She cost Feroy the match. Well, she didn't really. Feroy's cost herself the match by staring at the brass knucks after putting them on, going,
I don't know what to do.
Essentially.
This was dog shit.
I was wank.
Also, isn't the feud here meant to be Valkyria and Cora Jade? That got no development.
Well,
don't worry about it.
Our Twitter's been blanked out. A lot. Our Instagram's been blanked out. As in, she's put everything black.
Maybe it's just her soul. Like, or her personality has finally took over, and it's just
either kayfabe reasons or real reasons. She's struggling
radio
with something
silence
or something's happened.
I hope it's not that, and I hope it's just because
it's
Uncle Sean
line.
made her push her busters right up under her chin. She strained something.
Fucking hell.
Feroz needs to pick a side as well. Because you're either a heel or you're not. You can't keep staring at
it. Doesn't take
knuckles
3 weeks to decide
to pick a side. No,
exactly. Also, like,
just look at the Italian.
She needs to pick a side.
Oh, fucking hell! Historical jibes.
Wow. She needs
Axis powers the Italian.
She needs to pick a side here because the tag division needs some fucking depth adding to it. Pick a side, and then creatively, like, there's something to go with. At the moment, it's absolutely rudderless. Like, what the fuck is going on with it?
Either have her team up with Wendy Chu as like lovable, goofy girls, or have her team with Lopez as bastard heels.
Yeah, I'm fine with either. I'd prefer heels of those two options.
Yeah, there's no bad tag teams, is there?
I will
like
not
her
not touch the brass knucks.
Her and Wendy Chu feels like a fucking odd pairing, but her and Lopez makes more sense.
Lopez keeps coming out
because they're both Latin American. Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
Wait,
no.
You said that Feroz was Indian the other week.
She sounded it.
Don't worry about
her accent. Her accent fucking sounds it. It's a bizarre accent.
But yeah, it just needs to. I mean, he's cancelled as well. They're cancelled.
They're cancelled.
How dare you gender parabot? Yeah, it was just weird why Valkyria was involved in this absolute ton of a match when she debuted less than a month ago.
Yep. This match was so appealing that we decided Wendy Chu's in this. So guess what?
Yeah!
Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. The longest train ride in the world is a trip originating from Portugal to Vietnam. This train trip is 10,056 miles long and takes approximately 12 days to complete. That's
No
all you're
thanks.
getting.
Why?
What's
Is it all one train? Or have you got to get off?
No,
at,
it's not one train.
Cleethorpes and
No, all one train.
Cleethorpes? Fucking hell!
that'd be all right. I could do that. That's like on a moving hotel, I guess. But it's not. It's because there'll be no gym because all the shit will go to one side when you get around it. Yeah. No, on the second hand, fuck that. That's stupid.
Carl Pilkington said this the best when he was tried to. The idea of going on the Trans-Siberian Railway was sold to him. And they were like, it's the longest train journey in the world. And like, you're selling it on the worst thing about it. No one wants to sit on a train for that long.
I don't know if I've got my Switch. That'd be all right.
12 days.
Play Slay the Spire. Oh, yeah, mate. I've seen the amount of time I put into Slay the Spire. 12 days is nothing. But yeah. I don't know. At least you get some views and stuff. It's not like the Australian one, which I'm still angry about. Just a straight line. Brilliant Australia. Idiots.
Yep. Next up is Wesley. He shows his day on Saturday. Saturday? It was Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
I quite like this, like a little social media diary. It was pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
kind of
getting his wife involved.
Yeah, it kind of broke or broke down the barriers rather between kind of storyline and real life stuff. It was quite nice.
Found his mate, but they couldn't say who it was.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
Don't worry about
Strong. I mean, what?
Wow! Fucking hell!
We're going out.
9.
Oh Jesus!
Someone jackbooting around in the background.
Jackbooting. Oh, me angina. Right.
Right. So we're going to talk about. Is this the last match we have to speak about?
No.
From Florida, man.
Oh, from
Florida.
From Florida,
Wesley.
from Vengeance Day.
From Vengeance Day.
It's the last one from Vengeance Day. Yes.
Yes. This one was the opening match of the night. It was a good opener. Or a good,
really
opener
good opener
for NXT, is the way to put it, I'd say. I didn't know. I felt iffy with this one. Like, it was a solid opener. I'm giving it. I'm going to praise it for what it was. I think I have to give it 3 stars, to be honest. Same with the tag titles, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was better than average. It was,
On a card of mostly thinkies, this was one of the
one of the positives.
Shining lights, yeah.
I agree. It was really good. It was a good dynamic. You forget when Dijak's given the opportunity to like wrestle properly, like a good match. Like, ignore the fucking retribution stuff. I remember when he was Dijakovic before in his first NXT run, you're just like, yeah, the man can fucking wrestle. Like, he can put together a really fucking good match. This is the best I've seen Wesley in a singles match, certainly since he's been North American champion as well.
Yeah.
I feel like Dijak, and I think I said it in the predictions, I can't remember. I think I said Dijak to win. It makes sense given that, there's this new character, and I think him winning the belt would have really helped to kind of solidify that. But also, I think it is a bit of a kind of proving step for Wesley in beating Dijak, and certainly a bigger opponent as well. So either guy winning here would have worked. But ultimately, it was a really, really fun match.
Yeah, it was good. I think we all went for Dijak, to be honest, because everyone was like, Wesley isn't predominantly a singles wrestler, but
not defended the title in months.
As well. And yeah, it was a good match, and it did sort of legitimize him as a singles wrestler going up against a big lad.
Yeah,
even though he did break his fucking finger, and they showed it.
There was
they were proud of that. And I was no.
There were some great spots in that. There was the Death Valley driver that Dijak hit on the floor. That looked rough as fuck.
Fucking bad to take.
Lee's German suplex was really good. He went for like once, twice, thrice and got it. The close up of the broken thing was just
yeah.
I watched. Is it 24 Hours in A&E? Have I told you this?
No.
And there was one where a woman fell off a bouncy castle or something, and her foot had literally snapped near enough clean off. it was held on by like a flap of skin. Like it
Fucking
had torn
hell.
But the thing was, she's coming in, and they just showed it like stump end on. So you could see like the end of her leg bone, and then there's this foot whapping about in the breeze. I was like,
Nope. No, thank you.
You know how they fixed it? They just put it back and glued it, and all the fucking nerves connected.
Everything just went.
It was fine, and I was like, "That's not how feet work."
No, that's horrible.
It was gross to watch.
Yeah,
But then they
sounds...
gave her a load of painkillers, and she started lamping all the nurses. It was brilliant.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was Vengeance Day, so we all had different opinions on that.
Not one of the better pay-per-views, but
yeah,
they're a bit out of practice with them.
It was a mostly average show with a couple of positives, a couple of negatives. There you go.
Same as every NXT, then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
I'd give the overall show, excuse me, 3 out of 5.
Yeah. It was nice because it wasn't in the Performance Center.
Yeah. It was nice to see a good sized crowd at an NXT event again.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Aaron, I've got it as a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just the way the averages work. The numbers.
All right, Rachel Riley.
The numbers don't lie.
All right,
they spell
Vorderman.
disaster for NXT.
At sacrifice.
At sacrifice.
Oh man.
If I just pen myself, I feel like I've just penned myself. I did just.
You did pen yourself. I penned. You see it down there, you tit.
Oh, it's fine. It just looks like you've got really evil moustache now.
Next up, it's Tony D.
All right, this is hastily written, so it's not great. What did the Italian who works at Asda say when asked what the store's motto used to be?
I don't know. What
Every penny counts.
Lovely. No, I'm good with that. Big fan of that.
That was a struggle. Hot off the presses, that one, boys and girls.
I mean, it's not Tony D. It's actually Odyssey Jones versus Stacks.
Yes, Odyssey Jones.
You're saying yes, Odyssey Jones.
No, just nice to see him back because.
Yeah. It's not nice to see him back when Stacks is beating him though. Tony D does help with that, but it was a very surprising victory and weird.
It's a fucking weird match.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird match. I don't know why he's gone over there. Against
underboob, isn't it?
As underboob against all people though, like Odyssey Jones, like big fucking fan favorite. Like I love that they played here's a Black History Month thing beforehand, and then they had him go into the match. And it was like, what are you doing?
Supremacy.
Why have you got this?
Mussolini did nothing wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, this was fucking stupid. Stupid.
What, is this what they alluded to last week when he said, I've sorted it for next week? He's going to beat the fuck up out of Odyssey Jones. It's like, it's not really challenging, mate. Like, it's not like it's a hard target. That was what he did as the underboob. He's this.
You keep calling him the underboob.
That's his new name now.
Oh, you're giving him a new name on the very last week of this, eh? I see.
Yeah, but when we come back to it, it'll be a fun thing to remember.
He'll be underboob, yeah.
He won't. He'll be nip slip.
Nip slip. Right.
Next up, it's Chase Fudson versus Pretty Deadly. The match starts. Chase, you give them beatings. Pretty Deadly shout, "What's the point?"
I love this. I like them coming out, like even as far as their entrances went, they were just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No, they looked even worse than they did in the segment earlier on in the night. Like they'd just gone through like a fucking punch up.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was like
if we have to.
Yeah.
But there's that moment, the moment where they kind of found their groove and they were like, okay, cool, fuck, we can get this. That's fun.
They get 3 offensive moves in before Duke Fudson takes over. Pretty Deadly spear Fudson into the steps. Oh, pardon me.
Jesus Christ.
It's a lot of iron brew.
That is.
Spearing us into what the Western Frisian would call photo in a beard. It's picture in picture.
Florida Man stories.
I heard photo in beard. Then.
Photo in beard.
He's just making these up now. I think he has been for a while, to be honest.
Florida man. It'd be good if I had it up on my screen. That'd be great.
Florida man. Yes, I remember.
I remember Florida man.
Florida man arrested for throwing alligator through drive-through window.
There's a lot of throwing-based crimes in Florida, isn't there?
They're all ex-javelins.
Was that as payment, or like, did he wish to make a complaint to the management?
Cook this.
When an employer handed Joshua James his drink, he tossed an alligator through the window and sped off.
2 first name wanker. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And sped off. Ha! It's yours now.
Not my problem.
Oh, dear. Florida. Sort yourself out. The final.
Tingle or
Tingle.
Tingle.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Number 1. Roger the gentleman Rogers me gently.
True.
False.
It's very false.
I wanted it to be true.
Okay, number 2. Drowning in a sea of my cloned ass.
True.
False.
Aaron's got these. It's false, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Number 3. The ghost of the Loch Ness Monster pounds me in the butt.
True.
Oh, you were doing so well, Aaron! No. Okay. Number 4. Helicopter man pounds dinosaur billionaire's ass.
Helicopter man.
Helicopter golf man.
We've had a lot of helicopter chat on this episode, haven't we? Isn't the first time? True.
I said true, yeah.
Oh, okay, that is real. That is a real one. And finally, to take us out, Sentient NXT review takes me on a full 360 brown around.
True.
I've written him an email saying, can you make this a possibility?
Please.
For a fun Easter present.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly fake, but I got to use the word 360 brown around as well.
Oh, right. Back from that lovely final break of the NXT review, weekly review of you. Do you get pictures of previous live events? No, not really.
No, you don't.
We'll just add them in. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll add them in it when they do a boring package about
Rest
Mania
hold.
or something.
Rest hold.
We'll swap it over Black History Month or something.
Fucking hell.
That bit where they show all the daft kids and they're like, I like wrestling. Those ones. Mate,
all the daft kids.
We're going out. It doesn't matter. Remember when they had that bit where they bring one of them out? Like, and I think Bron nearly like just pushed him over because he doesn't give a fuck. He come out and he had like a robot arm. The kid, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I don't mean it in a bad way. They're just daft kids, isn't it? They're just daft. We're just innocent men.
At least we are shutting down the podcast and not someone else. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Jumping for your push, mate.
Back from the break, Chase fires up. Hale distracts him as she's ran away from Pebbles. We don't know what happened within that hour. Could have been anything. Who knows? Someone call the police.
Covered in stickers, though. She's got all the smiley face stickers on her top.
Yeah.
She just got sticker bombed. It was cool though. I like that this was what caused the finish. Like it's a continuation of something we saw earlier. There's a weaving narrative through the episode. Like they planted the seeds of something there, and it impacts later on. That's for me. That's pretty good to see, rather than all these kind of standalone bits. It's something evolving. So that's cool.
And it does mean that we're going to get a Pebbles match.
Aye, we're going to get a Pebbles match, and it's also going to be Schism against Chase U.
Or
the Dyad.
Pretty Deadly get the win off that distraction. Therefore, they go, oh my God, we actually did it. Oh my God. So they're getting their confidence back. But big, dirty Gallus show up on the veranda.
Gallus boys on top.
Aye, Gallus
Deep
boys
fried
on top.
pizza and a can of special brew.
Yeah.
Tenants, mate, tenants.
A deep fried Mars bar for fucking dessert, eh?
In a kilt with a hat on.
Aye, chasing haggises on the hills. Aye.
With a claymore.
Aye.
And heroin.
And cool.
You'll never take our tenants. Right, they appear. So, guess what, boys? Scottish slang time.
Yes.
Fud, 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 fud.
Oh. Ding,
Oh.
ding. Oh.
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 The lift's arrived.
Oh.
Is somebody at the door?
Why? It's Haggai, not Haggises, I've been told. There you go.
Haggai?
That's what they're doing.
No, he's the big lad from Harry Potter.
Haggai.
Is it bollocks? I'm sorry.
You're getting told it's not, by the way.
By a Safsnack.
Aye, it's not. It's not Haggai. Joe said it. Shout at him. Yeah, how do you know, Joe? Yeah.
So you're saying it's not haggises, it's
Plural
Haggai.
haggises.
Plural haggises, apparently. Is that the English version?
English people don't have haggis here, proper food like chips.
Fish fingers.
We got Findus crispy pancakes.
Yes, Findus crispy pancakes.
Just you eat your spotted dick, pal. It's fine.
If I could, I wouldn't have to get married.
Jings, Crivens, and help my bob.
What?
It's the catchphrase of Owen Willie.
Yeah.
Yes, boy.
Cool.
It's an exclamation of I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Shock or surprise or.
I assume you're going with Joe on this one, Troy.
Well, mate, I have no idea what the fuck it is you just said.
Joe is pretty much correct, to be honest. Expression of surprise or admiration from the internationally famous comics of Ur Willie and the Bruins.
The Bruins?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Used to
go.
have loads of them annuals as a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Jinx, Crivens, and Help My Bob. Yeah, it's a good one to just drop into casual conversation like, with a Lord Mayor.
Yeah. I
an
say
ombudsman.
that. I say
An ombudsman.
I say Jinx, Crivens, and Help My Bob all the time. All the time.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Have you never heard me say it? I don't know why. You've just not been paying attention.
Fleagle Bunty.
Fleagle Bunty. There we go. Yeah. That was Scottish slang. There you go.
That was good.
Finally, it's the main event. It's our very last bit on NXT reviews. Ding dong, hello. For fuck's sake, it's Bailey. There's 10. It's Ding Dong Hello, the show with Toxic Attraction. There's tension. Bailey asks them, "What's up?" They bicker. They bicker about clothes. That's something that the men always do as well, because equality and all that. Yeah, that's
Then they complain about bras.
Yeah,
Why has NXT for the past, I think, 3 weeks finished on a fucking bit?
Yeah.
Because Sean's got to do Shawnee things.
Why
more on that later.
More on that later.
Yeah, well, why couldn't this go before the fucking tag match, which was actually good?
Yeah.
Because Chase U and Pretty Deadly don't scream main event, but then is it really a main event if it's the main event of NXT?
I mean, it's like if a tree falls in the woods, there's a bear pushed it over and had a shit on it, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially. So they bicker about clothes. They sort of makeup. Do you like what I did there? Clothes, makeup.
It was beautiful. I got it.
They go on about going.
You have to explain it though. It's not a school.
I didn't want to just go over everyone's head. You see,
it's fine. Don't worry.
I need the praise to like give my ego a push,
a boost.
Yeah, that's what it is. They go on about going after damage control. Bailey goes, "Oh, didn't I get too fucking jokey?
Too big for your britches.
Didn't I what you're selling to a shit, brother?
You'd need 3 people, and there used to be one, but
there used to be a third one, but I can't remember her name.
Remember what happened to her? Oh, let's for old time's sake, go on, Aaron.
Mandy.
There you go, for old time's sake. One last one. They do the very barbershop-esque thing at the end of the show. Very, you can tell who's booking the show anyway. That's a fucking show. Yeah, so basically they do the literal same pose as the barbershop. Identical pose where the hands are
up,
raised, and then it was literally a super kick as well.
Yeah.
So they pretty much just
replace the glass window with a door.
With a door, yeah.
Yeah.
That
I thought it was cool.
It's a functioning door though. It stayed shut.
Oh, aye. Yeah. That's
the minimum I'm after in a door.
That's the second time in as many months that they've recreated like a kind of iconic spot, because they did the whole Goldberg and Bret Hart thing with the spear and the plate, didn't they?
Plate, yeah.
Only a month or so ago. It's cool. It's all right. It didn't need to close out the fucking show though.
No, I didn't.
Do you reckon Sean is just like remembering things? And he's like, let's do this. He's just like, he wakes up in the night and he's like, I just remembered something that happened because he's got so much trauma to the head. And he's just, and they're going, oh, okay, that's a good idea. And no one's thought to tell him that this is already.
Yeah, Sean, you did that like 20 years ago, pal.
God, it would have been cool.
That's not me. So yeah, that ends the show of NXT. JC James attacked Gigi Dolan, stomped on her head. It did look actually quite vicious, so fair play. Whether it was meant or not. Yeah, so they've split up. There's now one official tag team in NXT, but they're not actually the champions. But it's fine. It's totally fine.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
What a fucking bombshell to do our last review on. Shall we do our highs and lows?
Yes. My high. I think my high is gonna have to be the start. Nope, definitely not start.
Nope.
Chase U versus Pretty Deadly. To be honest,
yes.
Out of everything that was on the show, that was the most appealing watch of all.
Mm-hmm.
My low, Roxanne Perez, I suppose.
My high, I'm going to give to Carmelo Hayes against JD McDonough. I really, really enjoyed that. And my low, Lyra Valkyria against Valentina Feroy.
Oh, yeah, that was a stinky as well.
Absolute dog shits.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Pretty Deadly Chase U. It was fun. It told a story. It referred back to things that had happened previously. Low point, I'm going to go. There was a lot to pick from. Stacks against Odyssey Jones, because it was just a bizarre match that wasn't.
No one needed it. No one asked for it.
It's not furthering anything.
Why is Odyssey Jones losing to Stacks? Why is that a thing that we've seen in 2023?
What, didn't Odyssey Jones attack? Oh, fucking who was it last week?
Was it not he saved an Orpheum blade from...
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Something.
Oh, right, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's stuck in... Oh, man.
Pish.
There's bits of this I'll miss, and there's a lot of it I won't.
On that note, Troy, do you have tidbits?
I've got a few for you. I have. As always, come courtesy of TJR Wrestling.net. Do check them out. Time of recording, it is the 8th of February. So we'll do today and we'll do tomorrow's date. What have we got? Plenty to choose from. 1986, Macho Man Randy Savage won his first championship in WWE when he defeated Tito Santana for the Intercontinental Championship in Boston, Massachusetts. 1999, Raw Saturday Night was taped in the Toronto Sky Dome with 41,432 people in attendance. It holds the record for the largest Monday Night Raw crowd by some margin. The show aired 4 days later and was headlined by Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on the Corporation in a gauntlet match. Austin thought he had the match won after defeating Ken Shamrock, Test, Kane, Chyna, and the Big Boss Man. He was defeated by the final surprise entrant, who was Mr. Vince McMahon himself. 1999, stick with the same year, WCW Monday Nitro was in Buffalo, New York. On the show, WCW President Ric Flair told the United States champion Bret Hart that he either had to defend the title that night or vacate the belt and go back to Canada. Hart defended the championship against Rowdy Roddy Piper, and due to interference from the comedian Will Sasso, Piper got the roll-up on Hart and became the WCW United States champion. We'll jump to 1 year later in Austin, Texas. WWF taped their first Sunday Night Heat show. S.A. Rios defeated Gilbert to win the WWF Light Heavyweight title in 46 seconds.
Ooh.
Gilbert had held the title for 448 days, but rarely defended it.
Yeah, I think he only defended it literally once.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Also, this is notable for the debut of Lita, who came to the ringside as S.A. Rios' valet.
Yeah.
2000, stick with the same year, on a taping of SmackDown again in Austin, Texas. Kurt Angle defeated Val Venus to win the WWF European Championship. This was Angle's first ever title win in professional wrestling. Bring back the European Championship. Do it. We've got NXT Europe round the corner. Crack on.
Have we?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Promises.
NXT Brazil, NXT India.
NXT Japan. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
2016, on Twitter, WWE superstar Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, announced his retirement in a tweet that said, "Due to medical reasons, effective immediately, I am announcing my retirement. Tonight on Raw, I'll have a chance to elaborate." Raw that night then opened with a video package for Daniel Bryan, and on the show had lots of clips and reactions about his retirement. Bryan closed the night with his official retirement speech, saying that due to multiple concussions, it got to a point where you're told that you can't wrestle anymore. He would stay retired for the next 2 years, being declared medically fit to return to action in March of 2018. As we know, the rest is history, because he's going on to bangers now in AEW. There's a few more for this date, but you know what? I'm going to skip forward to February the 9th, where we'll start in 1998. WCW Nitro in El Paso, Texas. The main event, Rick and Scott Steiner won the WCW World Tag Team titles after defeating Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. However, the show is mainly remembered for the match between Steven Regal and Goldberg, Steven Regal being William Regal. Up until this match, Goldberg had been beating everyone he faced with ease and within a minute or two. Regal, however, wanted to put on a proper wrestling match, so that's what he does. Regal, interviewed years later by Stone Cold Steve Austin, said that himself and Goldberg were told to put on a, quote, competitive match. Goldberg, according to Regal, froze up during the start of the match and had to be taught through the moves, but everyone was convinced that Regal was trying to show Goldberg by out-wrestling him. He also mentioned the rumour that he was sacked immediately after that match, but Regal says he wasn't released until months later. I've watched that match back, and it's a fucking stinker. Jesus.
It's not great, but if it hadn't been for Regal, it would have just have been them staring at each other for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, also, you're trying to coach Goldberg through stuff. Like, do a flip, bro.
Do a flip,
it ain't happening, is it? Like,
like why are you
jackhammer? I can do a jackhammer, or I can do a spear. That's it.
Why are you trying to coach Goldberg to do a good match when just do the positive things he's good at?
Here we go. You'll both like this one. It's absolute fucking nonsense. In 2008, the wonderful wrestling company Kaiju Big Battle held a show called New York Blackout in New York City. The wrestlers in the event are all a mixture of monsters, superheroes, and scabs in fancy dress costumes. On the show, steam-powered Tentacle Boulder and Sunbuster defeated Scab number 1 and Scab number 2. Two men literally dressed as scabs.
Yep.
American Beetle and Neo Teppen retained the Kaiju Double Danger tandem titles against Uchuchu and Yasmenko.
Is that picture in one of Aaron's languages?
Uchuchu. Dusto Bunny run the Robox Robo Elimination Rumble against Pablo the Zombie Plantain, Super Wrong, Tad Bradley Hawaiian Paddler, and Tukor.
Yeah.
The main event was the Grugian against Call Me Kevin for either the Kaiju Grand Championship or $100 million, which were in one of the two black boxes. The Grugian got the upper hand to the end of the match and was able to choose first. Unfortunately, he didn't get the belt and had to make do with $100 million instead, meaning that Call Me Kevin got the all-important championship belt.
You can literally buy the championship belt at that point.
I don't think there was really. I don't think Kaiju Big Battle ever had anywhere near to $100 million. I don't think they had tuppence aping it rubbed together. Like
I have watched half of one of their shows, and if it's not a rumble, it's a misery to watch.
Yeah,
it is fucking dreadful.
The rumbles themselves aren't very good.
It's funny for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, literally, there's a watch along of me and Ryan. I think very, very drunk because we watched a watch along before.
You've got to be drunk to watch that, though, to be honest.
Yeah, and even drunk us were like, this is too much. An hour in, so there you go.
Oh, but you'll watch fucking Anita's exploding fucking Big
that
Battle
match
Underpass.
is a fucking banger, that's why.
Oh,
you
right.
gave them money for weapons, you lunatic.
a £6 pay-per-view, which ended up costing me like £26 altogether.
And we didn't even see anything at the end because it
There's so much smoke.
Turns out when you set off fucking flashbangs in an underground car park, the smoke doesn't dissipate anywhere.
Baguettes all over the place.
Yeah, baguettes.
Right, that's your tidbits.
Thank you. That was your final tidbits. Well, you could do them, I suppose, on
I could.
Live
It's your last one on the weekly review, though.
That was our final NXT weekly review, boys. How are you feeling?
Emotional.
I'm sad and also relieved.
Oh.
Nah, it's been awesome. Like, I know I said it before. Like we used to review this and we used to review it fairly seriously, and then it just descended into chaos, but for all the right reasons. And it's actually made watching NXT a hell of a lot more enjoyable, knowing that we get to do reviews like we have done.
I think it was the only reason we still watched NXT, to be honest, was because of the change of our podcast style.
Aye.
I might read the Bleacher reports every week or so to see what's happening.
Yeah, so what's going to happen from now on is the three of us will be keeping tabs on watching it, like what happens on NXT. So then when we do get to the premium live event,
we're up to speed.
We're up to speed on what's happening. We'll be talking through the live event. If there's anything of juicy gossip, we'll be talking about it. So there you go.
Got the biggest busters.
Yeah. Who's got fake breets this week? Ooh.
Breets.
Yeah. Don't worry.
All I can think of is Breets by Dre.
There will be more content, just not the NXT review. You'll see it all over across YouTube. It'll be whether it be gaming or wrestling. There'll be lots of different things. So, Joe, where can we, for one last time, get you on things?
You can find me doing another wrestling review at Damn It Vince, or if you want weekly reviews of Hallmark and Hallmark adjacent films, this week we're doing Stephen Flatley's vanity project Blackbird. Oh
wow!
He plays James Bond. If James Bond was a big fat Billy Bear ham based man,
Fucking hell.
Hallmark of Greatness on Twitter and wherever you get podcasts from, and that.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
You can catch us on all our socials. We are not going anywhere on our social medias. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Untitled Wrestling Podcast, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord, Untitled Dress Pod, all one word. Please do join our Discord server. There's about 40, 50 of us there. It's not just wrestling we talk about. We do talk about gaming and other sports. We even add in just funny memes because we're funny guys like that.
Oh, there's a meme emporium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sob, cry. I'm doing my Roxanne Perez gimmick where even though I'm depressed about this, it's just one monotone. It's fine.
Fixed Richter scream.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, it's me, Nathan Fraser. I didn't get an invite the past couple of weeks because I've been injured. But I would also like to say, goodbye. You may see us and see me soon. I don't know. I don't know what my own injury is. But it's okay. Yeah. Mum says to say goodbye, so I'm saying goodbye. Bye.
Hello, yes, Danhausen here. Danhausen has been summoned. You must love this podcast housing, the Untitled Wrestling Podcast housing.